We go into the second clan war of the day. ELL versus NP. The big favorites, the big leaders in the WGTL is ELL, the former team newbie. And for their 2-2, we have 120 and his cat alongside LawLiet rocking the cap today versus Shi and Fast. Quality camera right there. Should be fine. Alright, let's start this. ELL is the big favorite. Everything but a 3-0 would be a big surprise, but can the underdogs cause an upset? Shishi and Fast, both surprises in this league, I feel. Shishi doing really well in 2-2s especially. Fast took a map up of WFZ, and also in the 2-2, he seems to be a good follower. Not too sure if he's the one calling the shots because Shishi is so experienced and so good in 2-2, but he's just there. He's a reliant force that, not for the big plays, but you know, if something's up, you know, you can rely on him. He's yeah, not the super crazy micro moves by Fast, but just good coordination, good strategies. That's what makes Shishi and Fast pretty good. And I think LawLiet and 120, they're not that experienced together. So maybe there's a shot here. That might be the one game where it's kind of 50-50. Well played has in-game sounds. What the... His quality isn't much better either though, right? But I mean, if I restream... if I restream well played, then we have his sound over it. I will ask him later what kind of stream he uses. Thanks for looking this up. So, Demon Hunter opening in the 2-2s. That's interesting. 120 with a Fiend build, I guess. Big question here, will we see his cat again? Causing a pause. Blade Master again on Turtle Rock. We've seen this by Fly earlier today. Going for this cam, taking a lot of damage. It's always a little bit of a gamble, but the Watch Awards that remains for the entire game is just a very, very good thing. Pendant of Energy. Oh, no self applied. And Shishi again with his Soju nickname. Big strength for LawLiet and 120 is the powerful early tier 2 and the powerful early tier 3. Shishi will and Fast will probably not tech, so the mid game, so when everything is kind of smoothened out, that's where they shine. But they have to survive for this, and they're under attack already thanks to this Keeper and Tangle. Can't get the kill. Oh, nice approach by 120, trying to cancel the heal self with the skeleton, but not working. Shishi the Acrobat. Always some nice moves with the Demon Hunter, but oftentimes a little Fly-esque. So hero kills can definitely be expected. Good DPS for the Demon Hunter with 2 globes. Blade Master a little underwhelming. Yeah, they have 2 space creators, but it seems like the Blade Master is creating space for the Demon Hunter. LawLiet pretty standard with Hunts. 120 pretty standard with Fiends. AP? No, just a one. Interesting SimCity by LawLiet. Protecting the tree a lot. Expecting base races, I guess? With Radar Walker, that is definitely possible with split push attacks. I think the water here is really cool. Sometimes it's it's a bit too much, but here the water is nice. And Tangle, what a sweet combined surround. And that's a TP out. ELL, the favorite that they are, pretty much reigning over TR so far. Fixing the hair, alright, mid-game. It was just the warm-up so far for LawLiet, I guess. And with that they claim the second merchant. That means one watch award for each team. Scroll of the beast for 1-0. Nice. And how do they stop this? Pit Lord second again. We've seen this yesterday. Oh, it's by LawLiet. I thought we see it from 1-0. He played that yesterday with Lin. Pit Lord can be big. He's a huge tank in front already. Didn't decide on the spell. Okay, Howl of Terror. One of the very few times that you see a debuff big in 2-on-2. Blade Master taking care. Little bit of mana burn on the Keeper. And nice engagement. Backstab. Fast is ready. Lots of damage on the Keeper of the Grove. And he's gone. He was carrying the TP. That makes things very hard for ELL. As they have to run away against Hex now. And the Blade Master has some good damage. That was well executed by NP. I wonder how this team came together. Shishi, Sini, Fast, and Shun. But okay. Dominance broken so far. Only a level 1. Läge. Only a level 1 Keeper. It's really not that bad. Cryptlock can creep. Go for Cleave then. But they use their time quite well. Where they know that there's no TP on the Night Elf. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, not the hero damage, not the entangle, but just missing the TP. These red spots are always very generous, as they give you a big item, big experience, and then afterwards you get the Rune of Healing and can heal everything back up. 1-0 with the staff, nice to see indeed. But yeah, this is a great time to be in ELL. Hunts to block and do normal damage. Lots of fiends behind it. 80 supply push, I guess. Or will they just soak up the middle? There's not much left to creep. Oh, forgetting about a statue. That's unfortunate. Was it the first one? It's really big. Okay, no regen at the moment. And they're willing to take this fight with the first couple of Dryads. A very old school 2-on-2 approach by NP. Scroll of the Beast and Scroll of Protection. Aye, this army is massive. Pitlord surrounded. DK can coil now. Scroll of Healing as well. Level 4. Pitlord survives, gets out of that surround. DK has to be a little careful. More damage raining on top of that Pitlord, but he did that Howl of Terror that he wanted to, and he did soak up a lot of damage. Look at this army. The Fiends are absolutely untouched. And NP is trying to fight through that needle hole here. But they lose so much. 4 and 3. Okay, Howl of Terror applied. Good solution to the two heroes. But Fast, all his grunts are about to die. Or are dead already. One of the two. And so it's pretty much only Shishi and Fast as heroes. Good control by 1-0. And that is certainly an issue now. TP out, okay, but so many Fiends saved. Not all of them, and he misses a statue, so regen is rare. In the end, they salvage this pretty nicely. Equal supply almost. Second red spot for NP. Does anyone know how LawLiet and 120 communicate? LawLiet knows basic Chinese. So I guess that's what they do. Item-wise, 2 heal pots on the demon. More wisp attack upgrades for LawLiet as well. Who is at tier 2? Of course, thanks to the Pit Lord. DK Lich. We do have an orb there. Shop an engine of 4 in the middle. I like that by NP. Cool. Cool ideas. There's Shadow Hunter disable, End Snare disable, plus a lot of slow with Naga and Dryads. So they double down on pretty much everything. A little bit of a stalemate situation. Nobody really wants to fight into the tavern position. Trying to bait a run, trying to bait and snares. And NP is getting baited. Big open battlefield now. We're aiming for that Lich. Is a little far forward. We have Frost Armor and Hall of Terror applied once again. Dryads in the back doing a lot of damage, but everything seems very protected. 120 is struggling actually a little. Detonates come in. LawLiet, one of the best in the game with that, but on the cost of it, the Pit Lord falls. That was again a lot of right click on him. But the Howl is gone. And a big damage dealer is gone. Staff out. So the DK is safe, and 120 again have to retreat. And P could cause the next upset here today. Very, very solid play. There's just no flaw, and being aggressive here paid off. 120 and LawLiet with the Morpheus move come at me. And they did. And they succeeded. But don't count ELL out. Yesterday it was the craziest comeback by 120 and Lin over Rogue Warriors. Fast still needs some supply. He's the only one not at 50. But with Ensnare and Slow, can do that. Level 4 Blade. Damage is pretty good, actually. And they own the middle. They just camp here and secure the Expo upper right. And they have to wait until the Pit Lord is back. Can't fight without a Pit Lord. Interesting how... I mean, that is their big strength here in this stage of the game. When there's no heavy tier 3 army for LawLiet and 120. Also no Crypt Lord. That is very interesting to me because Radar, Grunts and Archers, and Shishi's going heavy on Archers, would be a great solution against it. But maybe they want the Lich 3 first, and then it might be too late. 2 tanks in the front, maybe a little overshoot as well. I like the Thorns aura against Raiders and Grunts. Nice. Safe on that Lich. Again, he's out of position. Ooh, 120 and the Lich. Not the greatest synergy here in this 2-on-2. A lot of hero focus again on the Pit Lord, but he's fine with that. With Ring and Frost Armor and all the coil. Heal Scroll used to save 2 Fiends, but the Blade Master's going to town with 180 critical strikes. Big Concave for NP. Can they storm through this? They have, of course, reinforcement, and they have Moonwells in the bag. Burning through a second Heal Scroll already, and the fight isn't even that old yet. No blockers anymore. Hard to get in front as well. But Fast is suffering again. That's what he's there for, okay. Well, that's what Grunts and Raiders are there for. Heal Scroll used as well. Fighting into the base of the Night Elf. Is that the best choice if you have statues in the perfect position? Shadow Hunter is out of mana. Unholy Order, by the way. Nice. Go on to the Keeper. Blade Master produces an invul for it. Heal potion on LawLiet's side, but backstab and he loses the hero again. Third time, and 1-0 is about to lose the Lich as well. These two agility first heroes, 4 NP. My god, they're playing this great. Another hero kill, and the Blade Master's all of a sudden level 5. That means level 3 critical strike. Dryads try to deal with them, but he seems to be an overwhelming force. What's the DK doing here? Completely out of position. 1-0 with another mistake. Smile on LawLiet's face, but the victory to NP. Shishi and Fast again showing that they are a very, very good 2-on-2 team. And defeat LawLiet and 1-0. Not bad. This Pit Lord idea didn't really pay off. And the army comp, the fight positions, always a tiny bit better for NP. They weathered the storm in the early mid game. And boom, there we go. Night Elf Orc can still work. And ELL is suffering a loss against NP. That must be NP's game plan. Win the 2-on-2s. Granted, this was probably the weakest 2-on-2 of ELL. And one of the strongest for NP. But they had that chance. And they took that chance. Really impressive. Fast was there with the Blade Master. Really good control. Whenever there was a chance at the hero kill, they took it. And usually, hero kills in 2-on-2 don't matter that much. But think back to the first Keeper kill. The town portal was just gone. They had to retreat, suffering losses. And then you lose a lot of mobility on the map if you know that your ally doesn't have a TP. You need to play a little more careful, otherwise your base is wide open and against radar. You don't want that. Again an upset, just like WFC and TH earlier. They make it work, so now we go into the one-on-one. And in the one-on-ones, there's only one favorite, and that's ELL in every game possible. Here we see it again. The Hex and Speed Scroll combos. Fast is doing this really, really well. Shishi is following with the slow. Super nice. There the Keeper was already dead. It was the key move in the mid game, in my opinion. I thought for a second it was the wrong call to go for that Pit Lord so hard. But apparently not. It worked out. Pit Lord. What did he really do this game? Not the greatest fan. No sustain, no disable. I mean, no sustain for other units like healing or something. And yeah, mass range, mass piercing. That wasn't enough. No A-bombs, no bears, no MGs. In the 2-on-2, we might be in melee meta. And whenever they had a moment, Shishi and Fast, they used it for a red spot, for an expansion, for just something. And that's the nail in the coffin right here. Fighting in front of a Night Elf base. On paper should be great. But where was the tier 3 stuff by 1-0? All he got was an orb. I think a Crypt Lord would have been fantastic. Didn't want to break upkeep though. And the Blade Master was quite crazy with his inventory. Going for the hero kills now. 1-8 crit. Kind of a renaissance on the blade, right? We see him making big impact. Must feel good for Fast. Getting these accomplishments. Even though he's one of the weakest players in the entire league. And that was game right here. 1-0 completely falling apart. LawLiet also down to 30. And this DK, yeah, I mean, Abomination with Disease Cloud were there, but way too late! Upset cost NP. Will they be the first team to defeat ELL? It's a rocky road, and we go into the one-on-ones. Lin, LawLiet, 1-0 versus Shishi, Soon, Sini, and Fast. And our next match is Fast versus 1-0. Orc versus Undead. And yeah. Fast did well. Fast defeated WFZ already in this tournament. But 1-0, he's a different kind of guy. He's a monster. He's the second place in next. Almost defeating Lin, had a 2-0 lead against him. And this should be even a little easier. So... major task for Fast, but it must feel good. He's there for the 2s, and he won his 2-2. So I guess it's fine for him. 1-0, a little bit of pressure on him. He can't fool around now. They want to stay on top of the bracket. They're currently 4-0. A clan war win here would give him the playoffs for sure. And if you're 4-0, you want to end the group stage undefeated, don't you? And for that, they need wins now. Of course, he has the backup of LawLiet and Lin, who also go as the favorites into their one-on-ones. But maybe 1-0 makes up for not the greatest 2-on-2 performance we've seen here. The only one who can win here is Fast. Everyone expects 1-0 to win. All the caster predictions, by the way, are already off. Everyone predicted a 0-3. That's not the case. So we will see that the 2-on-2 number 2 definitely. And this is, I guess, what NP wanted to force. It's ELL's map pick. And they choose LR and they choose 1-0. Yesterday he played well. Yesterday he was seeded first as well. Got Turtle Rock, got TH, and got the win. So with that, we go in 1-0 versus Fast, Undead versus Orc on Last Refuge, the second map of ELL versus NP. So we got Fast for the leading team NP in the upper right. How good are their Kung Fu skills right here? I think Fast is already one of the surprises here in this league. Getting way more wins than expected. And 1-0, he's not disappointing, that's for sure. Yesterday was big, as we said. So, late altar. It's a Fiend build. What? A Fiend build versus Orc? In general, a Fiend build in solos? What's that? Side in chat surprised as well to see this. Is it time for the shenanigans? Is it time for something wild? Is it time for a Cryptlord first or something? Interesting. It's not a Ted Fiend build. No. Ted Fiend build is Altar Ziggurat. This was Crypt Ziggurat. Okay, now I'm really curious to what this is. Blade Master for Fast, standard build right there. Death Knight, okay. Standard as well. 1-0 Fast with a big smile on his face. 1-0 has played a lot of expansions, but we haven't seen this build in his best of 5 against Lin. This will come out as a big surprise. Problem is tech for Orc is way faster, and then you can control well with Hexen and Snare. This is very creep heavy and a very late tech. You get a second Fiend way earlier, but everything else suffers. Hero later, tech later. So how good is Fast's harass, and how much is he focusing on it compared to creeping level 3? Alright, double Fiend DK, the Fiend build is ready. And this should result in high level undead heroes earlier. He must be very careful at the beginning of tier 2 when the Shadowhunter is out. And the harass is coming. No skull or anything? So no weird expansion play, no tower rush play most likely. Oi, 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 oi. Coil through the forest, killing the Shadow Priest. That was nicely done. Vision with the skeleton, that enabled this new... Oh, skeleton summoned? I thought so, but no, he's only taking a few hits from the blade. That was a sick coil, holy smokes. Item goes too fast, but level 2 is prevented. Another steal? No, that's level 2, okay. Critical strike enabled. Regen potion, so he can take a couple of more trades. 1-0. Moving these skeletons away. And even denies him. Okay, seems like 1-0 is in decent shape right here. Level 2 for the DK already. Making movements a little easier with Aura. 3 Fiends now and natural expansion. It's a very obvious play by Fast. Reveal. Oh, he got it. Item goes to 1-0, but the experience, that could have been prevented for sure. So, time to move back a little. Snipes were good. Level 2.7 already. Wait, did he get the Magi? But what did Fast get the 2.2? Okay, definitely the Yoga Major to 1-0 now that I see the level 3. Maybe skeletons or something? Alright, I was wrong on that. Damn, that's what you get with the Fast Fiend build. Fast level 3 as well. Kind of the question is, how far ahead is the tech of Fast? Gets level 3 as well, that's a good preparation for tier 2. Again, Magi spot. Reveal. And that was too early. Didn't get anything here. Level 3.4. Usually you don't want to overshoot too much experience on the DK, but if it's a camp of your opponent, then that's fine. But that's the scary moment for 1-0 with the Hex. It's the second one already for this one Fiend, and there's more coil. This Fiend should be safe last second. Fiends are doing good damage against the Grunt, so that one is out of the fight. That Fiend is out of the fight. Equal trades, but so much mana committed. Fiend blocks himself, so that's a Fiend gone. Okay. Wow, he's spending his entire mana pool on this. I guess it's his biggest power spike in general. So try to use it to full extent. And that's 2 Fiends. Fast is not doing well. Not doing bad. Idiot. Saving the Grunts. Killing 2 Fiends. And taking tier 3. Huh, that Fiend build. Now it's not that great anymore. Lich with Frost Armor, first Kodo is out. He needs a lot of clarities now though, on the Shadowhunter. It will take some time until he can hex again. I guess he has 1 hex now. Yes, he does. Oh, he'll self-cancelled by a skeleton. Okay, 1-0 is kind of in a position to attack, but after that first fight, do you really want that? Don't you? Yeah, you have to wait for tier 3 and all the upgrades. But that gives Fast time for his tier 3 as well. And then maybe Tiny Great Hole. A lot about expansions in this matchup late game. Null stolen. And tier 3 ready. TC early. Shadow Hunter heavily underleveled. No solo creeping for him throughout the entire game. Blade Master is still here. I think that's a mistake. Yeah, sends him away now. Has great damage with plus 18. So far, 2 big camps, 2 big creep spots, 2 big creep jacks. Okay, that could have been stolen maybe. That's level 4 and 2. Hood. Decent deeps, I guess. So TC comes in. 3, 2, 1 heroes. And where can Fast creep after this? His own merchant is gone. His lab is ready. Pit Lord third for Howl. Damage mitigation is okay. As the first headhunters are coming in. Cleave will be great against the headhunters as well. But is it just me, or is Fast doing way better than we all expected? Adding a Wyvern now for a little bit of damage that will also force Web. But second red spot for 1-0. And that is Endurance Aura. Double movement speed for the undead. Yeah, that's great. So now Fast is stuck. Everything of importance has been stolen already by 1-0. Boots of Kel'Thuzad, this Blade Master is a machine. Suffers a little from Strongman Syndrome. Nice to have so much armor, almost 11. Thanks to boots and slippers. But he needs an invul as well. He didn't go for 1. Health zone on the TC, close to 2 and close to 3. A little bit more experience. And then Fast has the necessary levels. In the fights, 1-0 should still be the way superior player. But he's ticking all the boxes. Level 3 heal wave, level 2 heal wave. Stomp ready, aura ready. And Fast is playing without End Snare. 1-0 realizes this, can poke a little with the DK. Blade is in this fight. No Death Pact. Wait. Stomp. That's a TP or an invul. Crit was big! Okay, invul it is. And TP out immediately. 2 big consumables and a Fiend lost. Man, Fast! He's still doing well. A little too ambitious. This DK harass. He's buying time for a second and third hero. Level 3 Lich, level 2 Pit Lord. And that is weapon, that's the first Wyvern. 2 losses for Fast as well. 1 Grunt, 1 Wyvern. Oh, this might be his end. We got Banshees for Curse on the Blade and Howl of Terror. So much damage mitigation. Kodo gone. Okay, there we see the strength of 1-0. Trapping him. The turtle spot. Too ambitious, too greedy. And 1-0 immediately aggressive again. Trying to force that fight. TC down to 50%. Lich has way more nukes. Statue is gone, but that's level 3 for the Pit Lord. Howl of Terror once more. Big health stone consumed on the TC. Lots of mana on the Shadow Hunter as well. With the Blade Master, with the Howl and the Curse, there's no dispel against these two damage mitigations. Look at the misses. It's ridiculous. It was, of course, a big investment into the tiny Great Hall, but 1-0 finds a nice way to punish this. Heal wave for a bit to the shop. Potion, potion, potion. No potion, just the self and the clarity. Maybe a little too hectic. Everything's falling apart. Oh, Fast, you did well for the majority of the game, but 1-0 has had enough and finishes the game as the favorite. With a strong Pit Lord Banshee push towards the expansions. Was to be expected. He struggled a little more than usual in this matchup, but who defeats Lin on 2 maps should have no issues with Fast. Maybe the Tiny was a little too ambitious, but at one point you need it. And after that fight, I think a lot of players would have gone for it. I don't want to blame Fast for this. His Blade Master play can be a little more rogue, can be a little more roaming, especially with the early level 3. But yeah, I mean, in the end, it's not the big upset, it's the equalizer. ELL is back in the series. They are favorites in every single, like huge favorites in every single one-on-one. And that's the outcome we all expected. So, map pick is now with NP. They still have Shun, Sini, and Joe Shishi. So, what do they want to force? I think you can't stop Lin with any of your players. Sini might have a shot with talents. And then you have Shishi vs LawLiet in the Night of Mirror. Stuff can happen. I think you don't want Shishi vs Lin. You want your strongest player versus the on paper weakest player of ELL, and that should be LawLiet. And your best shot against Lin might be the unusual talent play. Would you agree? They can give a map to Sini as well. Could be AZ. LR was played already. So I guess my guess would be Sini vs Lin on AZ. So here we go. Fast, no chance against damage mitigation, no dispel. Had great fights, yep. That creep check here was brutal. Absolutely brutal. I think he got a little nervous, panicked a little. Especially on the TC in the end. That was too much. Good focus, good disable. Not even the greatest army. Like 1-0 with 50. Miss. That's what you get when you don't have the spell against Banshees. And then the TC at the shop, like, give me something, give me... Ah, the potion was on cooldown. Okay, sorry about that. Missed it. Potion was on cooldown. He went for the potion, but only heal self and clarity to use. So, ELL ties up the series, the current undefeated leader of the board. NP, what's their game plan? How will they continue into this clan war? They need some points, but every win is a great success already. We will be back after a little break. Here we are, welcome back to WGTL, $120,000 on the line. And we're getting close to the end of the group stage. ELL versus NP continues with the 1-1. After a successful 2-2 for NP, we get Amazonia. And our next match right here is Sini. That is what we expected, but he's up against LawLiet. That is something we did not expect, but I guess it doesn't really matter what ELL does. They got Lin now on the bench for Zhou, and I guess ELL with that counter-picked NP. It was a very obvious play by Sini, but it doesn't matter. Like, who do you see against Lin? It's always bad. And Shishi is not the worst talent player anyway. So yeah, why not? It's hard to make a good game plan against ELL. And so they have to deal with it now. Sini with Orc then most. Like, wait, did he declare he plays Night Elf? That would be a big tell. I'm not sure. Sini can play Night Elf or Orc. You have to declare it before. Thank you, I told you once with the Prime sub. And Dylan Bro with the 18-month as well. Much love, guys. We go into the second 2-on-2. It is LawLiet versus Sini. NP already with a successful 2-on-2. And now, will it be a Night Elf Mirror? Will it be Orc? Okay, Sini as Night Elf. Yeah, then they really wanted Lin on this. Usually Sini plays Orc versus Night Elf and Night Elf versus Orc. So before the clan war, they had, or before they seeded Sini, but before the clan war, they had to make the call what Sini is playing. Sini is really not used to this matchup. Yeah, chat, you're right. Usually Sini plays Orc versus Night Elf. But that game plan didn't work. And LawLiet. Especially on AZ, one of the best Night Elf Mirror players. With Zeppelins and Bears and all that. LawLiet for ELL in the bottom left, Sini in the upper right, going for a Potom. This is becoming more and more the standard, and I would expect the same here as well. Yep. Moon introduced it, and now everyone is following on AZ. So, should be Hunts. Wouldn't be too surprised to see something weird by LawLiet. A little fooling. But yeah, chat is right. LawLiet 3-0'd Moon in Night Elf Mirror, showing again how strong he can be in that very matchup. You can play this very differently. You can play this tier 3 archers, you can play this with hunts, you can play this with mass hunts and AP push, you can take this into dryads. Sometimes Moon even takes it into bears. Two-shot aura on both sides, so no one really wants to harass and roam with this build, I guess. Circlet and globes. Not the greatest drops for either of them. It's gonna be usually a faster tier, a slower tier 2. And then at 40 supply, one kind of push. Where's Remo? He is feeling a little sick today, so he's taking a break before the weekend. Send him your well wishes on Twitter to make him feel better. So Sini, he knows what's meta right now apparently, as he's playing that Potom. Does he think that his best shot is an AP push? I could see that. It's mass hunts on tier 1. And where to find level 3. Searing Arrow harasses now. Not even sure who wins this with gloves and circlet. Did LawLiet attack? I didn't check his base when they were there. I don't think so. Chat is replacing Remo already, saying, did you know that Searing Arrow is the highest damage in the game? Alright, Sini does want to push. That's what I expected. Usually you can prepare this well as LawLiet with an AP yourself. If he sees it, it's nighttime now. And vision is limited. LawLiet is pushing the hunters across the map. Get out of my base. Stop annoying me. And Moonwell only. Seems like he doesn't see this coming. Supply is even. Little question in chat. Okay, he's coming now. Oh, that's a great timing to find this. Does an Engine of War give XP if he kills a creep? Nope. Towers don't either. That was different in Reign of Chaos, and that's why in the original campaign they do give XP as well. But now with Reforged, everything has changed and the newest patch applies to the campaign. Oh, lag! And so they don't give XP there either. So with this AP gone, what do we do? He didn't use that time that LawLiet needed to kill the Ancient Protector to get level 3 or something. So it's just an open fight with LawLiet having the lead. Yeah, glaive protection. Would be nice to have it in the fight. Sini's hunts, the damage uptime isn't the greatest. They were walking around for a little. Oh, lag again. ESPN, fix your stream. I'm very sorry. There we go. We have no heal scroll. It's just pure damage. And, well, LawLiet's hunts are kind of more hurt. So he retreats to the Moonwells. But the glaive took out the AP. And there's Moonwells now. And glaives are the hard counter. What can I say? Maybe Sini's best shot is Zeppelin onto the tree. But even that is real rough. If you always play Night of Mirror, of course you have the timings down and you have a better feeling of when to go into glaives. That's so much damage. Oh shit, that's so much damage. Level 3 for LawLiet, half a level ahead. His hunts are about to fall and he TPs out because of that. But he will be able to heal them up. Almost no losses. Sweet. Another question is how good is the Moon Juice? Not too great actually. But 3 hunters fell there. 10 supply lead, that's exactly the 3 hunters. Okay, denies them now as they don't have HP anymore. Or freeze up supply, yeah, for new hunters. That's a good shot, I guess. They would die in mere seconds anyway. And you have the gold, so why not replace them? If you know that your opponent isn't pushing. Oh, Zeppelin and glaives now. Yep. This mid-tier glaive push by LawLiet. Moon fell to it. It feels like it's always the same. Like LawLiet is never the first aggressor. It's always his opponent. And then he finds the better transition. Okay, Zeppelin into the main. Sini is distracted. There we go. Glaives onto the tree. Oh, actually on the Moonwell. He's trying to jump on top of it, but that's a TP gone. Without any damage to the glaives. LawLiet Zeppelin Micro. Probably the best ever. Chat will go super ham on me for saying that. As of course it was Moon to do it first, and he's still very good. But I think no one does it better than LawLiet. Thank you, Stars and Stripes, for the gifted sub. Yeah, that mirror is kind of dull if they play it like this. But what can Sini really do against it now? Transition to archers, then they get wrecked. Oi, oi, oi. He's going for the tree right away. 3 more volleys, maybe. Mass repair forces more resources. These 4 glaives. Okay, he's going archers already. But what do they do in an open fight? Thank you, Darth Carlito, for the 3-month resub. Sini is always reacting well, I think. Even repair, cool. Potom is soaking up more and more. With that threat of the glaives, the Potom never really can creep. Is that an owl? No, it's just Searing Arrow 2. Sini, you are surviving, but how can you win? If these archers are well protected, they could tip the scale in a fight. And this is so smart by LawLiet to have this Sim City. It's wonderful Sim City. And the AP behind it. So Hunter's Hall killed. No glaives, no hunts. LawLiet is just so smart. This chokehold, he can't really get out. Ooh, getting dangerous here. I don't see... Oh, LawLiet at 1,500 gold. Has the supply open for 70. LawLiet is just making all the right calls. All the right distractions. He's trying to flank into the archers. All the glaives are missing, but maybe he's just engaging with his little distraction. So wait, am I getting this right? Someone took Reforged beyond awful graphics and made it at least somewhat presentable while Blizzard are still sitting on their hands? Yes! That is exactly what you can take away from this. Archer damage is real good. Takes out 2 hunts. I don't know if one of them is tacking. Oh yeah, LawLiet on tier 2. With an alchemist. Oh yeah. And now he's backstabbing here. Sini has a TP. Oh, and a heal scroll. That was big. But look at this. LawLiet is fighting this with only 2 hunts. Why is he fighting this with only 2 hunts? He's killing a lot of archers, but he's losing every single hunt because of it. Potom is in trouble as well. Potom is actually almost sorry. There was no TP. That could have been the game right there. Sini all of a sudden a 10 supply lead. This could all backfire very heavily. Okay, Sini TP's out now. Another loss. I think this was this was definitely calculated by LawLiet. He had so much banked. He took out a lot of archers, which were a big threat. But also, him losing 10 supply, not too bad. Another backstep by Sini. Like, this Chinese kid is doing the very best he can to stay competitive with LawLiet here. Oh, the glaive damage again. It's almost one volley, one kill. Sini switched into glaives now himself. Zeppelin micro is decent as well, but the damage uptime by LawLiet is just so much better. A little bit of a Hail Mary attempt on the Alchemist, who's definitely out of that fight, but you know, Moonwells. And this time in this fight, it's Sini dropping down to 35 supply. Bottom level 5 Searing Arrow, that's the Zeppelin gone. GG! LawLiet took him longer than expected. But ELL takes match number 2 and the 2-1 lead. And they are one map away from their 5-0. Not the most spectacular Night of Mirror we've ever seen, but you know. Sini was already outplayed a little going into this map as he wanted Lin, he wanted to play Talons. ELL countered that with LawLiet, so that counter worked. Matchmaking a little better for the former Team Newbie. And now the next 2-on-2 with the question, what will we see? Shishi and Shun should be the team for NP. And then it's either LawLiet and Lin or 1-2-0 and Lin. We will definitely see Lin. Kato's asking, is there a way to get the mod on non-netties? Yes, if you type !graphics, it links you to warchasesreforged.com/en. There's a download and a tutorial, so everyone can apply this graphics mod. It fucks with your classic graphics though, so be careful. Yeah, shout out to the Chinese modding community who did this graphical enhancement. So LawLiet not struggling really. It never looked really bad. Sini challenged him quite a bit, but in the end, if you have so much more experience in Night of Mirror, it's just your game to take. That was a good fight though. All the hunts gone. But LawLiet had such a huge bank that it didn't really matter. He was ahead in levels as well. And then it didn't work anymore. Last fight, open battleground, nothing to hide behind. And these glaives, man. Woo. Sini maybe a little too close to Potom and Hans with his own glaives. And once they volley, this is what happens. Pew, 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 pew. GG! 2-1 for ELL. Match points for them, aiming for that 5-0. But the 2-2 is the best shot for NP. So what's it going to be? Lin plus X versus probably Joshishi. And soon, bear with us as WGTL continues in a bit. We got our second 2-on-2 on the way. It is 1-2-0 and Lin for ELL, punching for the 5th win in the WGTL. They're up against Joshishi and Shun. Night Elf Undead combo for NP. Can they win the second 2-on-2 as well? Will it be the second upset in this clan war, or will the favorites prevail? That's the question right here. Seems like we have a little join bug. and we have to restart the match, but we're about to go live here. NP, man, they're kind of the opposite of F4. They have a weak lineup on paper, but they somehow make it work to present us close clan wars and decent scoring. While on the other side, F4, who we will see later against UMAD, they have the big names in Chimiko, in Sok, also Soen and Czech, really good. But somehow they kind of fail. And they struggle with the 4th place. Kind of the former winners team still together. Not too successful though. And Tidewater Glades, Lin and 120 definitely know how to play it. They played it yesterday. Shun and Shishi, how successful was their 2-2 so far? Against UMAD, against Cash and Maru, they won it on Nullwood. Shun and Shishi won on Tidewater Glades against Yumiko and WFZ as well. They're not doing too bad. They're really not doing too bad. Shun, usually a commentator these days, after ending his active career. For 2-2, it's kind of like Ted. For 2-2, it's still good enough if you have a night out by your side who calls the shots. So we'll see how it goes against one of the strongest 2-2s in the world with the next finalists together, 120 and Lin. Let's try this again to start the series. 120 and Lin versus Joshishi and Shun. The second 2-2 of the clan war. Lin, of course, pretty fluent in Chinese. Communication should not be an issue. We have ELL in the blue, in the bottom left-hand side of things, with Lin as an orc and 120 as the undead. On the upper left, we have Shun as the undead and Joshishi as the night elf. So on Monday, Lin and 120 fought each other in next spring in the grand finals in that best of 5. If you haven't seen that yet, it was a wonderful series for $7,000. In my opinion, you have to watch it. And now for the second time in 2 days, playing with each other. They defeated Rogue Warriors yesterday after having a horrendous early game. But they made it work. They came back. And if they win here now, ELL is 5-0, winning the Clan War 3-1. And it is a Dreadlord. Oh, wow. Dreadlord Shadowhunter, double disable with Sleep and Hex early. That's something new. Maybe playing a little Infi-esque with Carrion Swarm later. They have to endure a heavy push, though. It's no Fiends. So usually Mass Huns, Mass Fiends is very strong in the early mid game. Do they try to rush this with just pure mass in the beginning? It's no Headhunters, but it's double Burrow. So mass grunts. Mass grunts, mass ghouls. Hex on the Wisp. Not sure if that is enough damage for the kill. Can he detonate? Nope. That was good damage rolls. So the question is, can the Keeper buy enough time to prevent this? Vamp Aura first. Okay. That's an invite for the Keeper, isn't it? I really don't know if that's working out, but I mean, who am I to judge 120 and Lin? I hope they're not fooling around too much. Playing around the last hits nicely. And in the meantime, Engine of War creep for Shun. Is it even Engine of War? No, it's Skull creep. So 120 is teching with this. It's not mass. What is the strategy by ELL? Oh, Pendant of Energy is so nice. Close to level 2. What is it even? Could be Carrion Swarm as well against the mass. I mean, why not? So 120 is rushing tier 2. Is he also playing Gargs? That would be weird, right? You have the big blocker line in Grunts. I think Lin will go very heavy on Grunts. And then it just makes sense to play Fiends, but it's late Fiends. Didn't decide on a second skill point yet. There we go, Carrion Swarm. Yeah, I think with the Hex you don't need double disable. That's overshooting, so you want the damage, as the Grunts don't really provide damage. And your Fiends are in low numbers until the very late mid-game. It is again a power leveling Dreadlord. Damn! I thought I won't see it this time. Yeah, Chad is saying it, man. Vamp, Aura, Spirit Link, Grunts, they're so tanky. Going for the Keeper right here. Not enough disable in this fight. Dreadlord under attack with Entangle. No heal wave yet. And there's more Entangle. This Shadow Hunter is in trouble and might just be killed, but he's throwing the Entangle onto another Grunt. But it's still a Town Portal. Wow, the TP animation gets blurred underwater. Didn't think they would implement something like that. So first fight goes to NP. That was to be expected. Against Night Elf Undead, you suffer really hard in the early. As someone who barely watches competitive Warcraft, is 2-2 a normal thing there? Or is it more just for fun like in StarCraft? It's definitely way better in Warcraft than it has been throughout the years. There's always ups and downs in how many 2-2s we see. But in every clan war, in every team game, 2-2 is there. So it's definitely not only fun. It's way more serious than in StarCraft. And that is one of the reasons that makes Warcraft 3 so beautiful, as these 2-2, 3-3, 4-4s, they work very well. So, Shadowhunter level 2, but another Grunt fallen. This Shishi Keeper is having a huge impact early. Coil, I'm not sure if he stole that one. Oh man, level 3 already for Shun. And only 2-2 for ELL. Wisps are in for Shishi to burn mana. Carrion Swarm trying to snipe them, but one goes off anyway. And Lin is in a horrible position with his Grunts. Everything being picked off here. And 1-0 is down to 16 supply. Is he not building anything until tier 2? I guess that's it, right? The game plan is Lin as the shield, guarding the tech of 1-0. I am very skeptical that this time works out. Thank you, CTS Kana, for the tier 1 sub. Dreadlord very heavy creeping, but he really has no army. 1-0 is also not banking too much. Statues first, okay. When is NP's big push and where will it land? Probably Orc base. Level 2 Carrion Swarm. Against Hunts, it's great. Are they expanding? Looks like it, huh? TC with Stomp. The second disable. Panda. No Alchemist. For Shishi. I don't even know what the late game army comp for 1-0 is. I have no clue. Why isn't there blood on the claws of attack? That's a thing in China. They have some things banned, like skulls and bones and blood. That's why the frostworm looks like a blue drake in China. This ELL play either is something genius very, very late game and it works well because 1-0 is still alive, or it fails horribly. Town portal in. Sisi with rejuvenation shaman. Forcing a town portal off of Shun. But Headhunters versus Fiends, you can't really... Oh, Rock Golem. Early kill. That had no impact. Decay is level 5. Oh, that... Wow, that's sick. That's some sick creeping by Shun. But Shishi's hunts are all low. There's still no army for 1-0. It's at 25. Carrion Swarm is good, but... Oh, wait, where are the statues for Shun? They're really late, right? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, decent AoE, Engine of War is fighting with him as well. Spamming these swarms, and the lack of statue really hurts him now. Level 3 Shadowhunter is wonderful for more heal. That's what they absolutely need. Haze, Breath of Fire. I think there was a heal scroll full in. Not 100% sure. TC is in this fight with level 2. Panda is in trouble. Invul Potion going for counter focus on the TC, trying to free himself with a Stomp. In a better position now for Lin. Carrion Swarm slowly but steady preparing a multi-kill on these Fiends. Oh my. Oh my. He has a mana potion as well. Lightning Shield for more AoE. It's working, right? Dryads for Shishi now, not relying on the mass hunts. It will just be picked apart against hunts and Carrion Swarm. So I like that change. Decent burrow by Shun as well. And the Dryads are of course immune to Carrion Swarm, so that's fine. Imagine this fight with an early statue by Shun. This would look so different. Headhunters in Berserk though. It's not looking good, especially for Shun. Shishi. Down to 37. 1-0 with destroyers now. They need web bear as well. Like. NP holding on desperately to their tournament lives, to their expansion. Oh man. Headhunters. This is the weirdest combo. It feels like this has no synergy at all. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire again. There is no heal scroll anymore, just the heal wave. Shadowhunter is full mana though. Oh my, he finds wonderful Carrion Swarms. Reveal immediately. That should be, yeah, at least one kill. Nice stomp by Lin. Great TC control so far. And the Kodo is in for even more damage. Shun is doing good. He's at 50. Takes out the Destroyer by 1-0. But the Dreadlord has no mana. Burn through the potion. Did they weather the storm? Thunder Lizard with Slam noise, which is pretty much their equivalent to Clap. Level 4 Dread. Even with Sleep now for second, third disable. Will probably never have the mana for it as he spams Carrion Swarm, but nice to have the option, I think. But they didn't break the expo and now they retreat. Everything's too hurt. Mana's low. They got level 4-3 and especially on the TC, 3 is amazing. But more kills on the way out. Don't want to run away against Entangle. One to 0. Did he ever cross 30 supply this game? Shishi's Expo holds. How fast can they push again? And despite the late statue, they hold on. Cryptlord third now. This will be intense against the headhunters. A-bombs are about to block, of course. With the A-bomb transition now, wouldn't Aura be always better? Not sure. But NP is mining from 3 bases. They got the flute. That's wonderful. 10% on all range, and guess what? The entire army is ranged. I have no idea what item that is. Red Drake? Could be. I don't know. Rock Golem again? Okay. Yeah, obviously a Rock Golem, huh? That's some sick disable now. Entangle, Impale, Rock Golem. Lots of creeping happening. Trying to counter expand now in the bottom right. Big supply lead. 20 supply lead for NP. Man, that would be so sick if they win both 2-on-2s. Dreadlord is not even close to 6. Gets a lot of A-bombs now. Rock Golem or Furborg, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It is a Red Drake. Okay, so my initial thought was right. We'll see in the fight, right? In the fight you can identify it. He'll scroll Invul Mana on Shun. They have so much gold. They don't want to allow Lin to have this expansion. 113 supply now, 130 for NP. The brilliance of 120 and Lin, will it shine in this big macro fight? Headhunters in a great position against Dryads. They will suffer. Drunken Haze with the Fire Fiends against A-bombs. Impales, we haven't seen them too impactful right here. Panda trying to grill these Headhunters in the back. So far it looks like Shun, the mirror match in the bottom, is doing quite nicely. AoE on both sides with Breath of Fire and Carrion Swarm. And that fight is so huge. It's so hard to say who's winning, but ELL, they are pushed together. Big Concave, Crypt Lord dead! No coil arrives despite level 5. And now there's no Impale anymore. There was a level 3 Crypt Lord. That's a big deal. But that's also... Wait, Shadowhunter dying? Oh my god, there's so much happening. Maybe the Lich as well. TC is down as well. Level 6 for the Death Knight. Is it time for the ultimate as so many units died? ELL? Yeah, they lose this. There was just too much stuff. And we go to map 5. Shishi again, a 2-on-2 master. A former 2-on-2 world champion. With Fast and with Shun. He's able to take out ELL's 2-on-2. And that is the first time that the former team newbie is losing 2 maps. I have no idea what happened in that fight. I'm not even trying to pretend. I have no clue. There was way too much. But yeah, Cryptlord Hero Kill started it all. And yeah, they were pushed together. Huge concave for NP still. That Expo hold was wonderful. Heavy losses, of course, but what was this game plan by Linen 120? I don't get it at all. It's like Dreadlord only, not even ghouls, no fiends. For such a long time? I don't know, man. We're gonna see some highlights. Maybe that clears it up for us. This hold, despite no statue, despite so many carrion swarms, that won them the game. They never gave ELL a way back into the game, but having that Expo, being able to go into high upkeep, that was key. A little bit of a sandwich here while the hunters were still there. And the arrival of the statue. Oh, look at the regen. Look at that. Sweet, sweet regen after like 2 minutes of fighting. Mass AoE didn't work. Stomp, Lightning Shield, Carrion Swarm. We had Burrow against it when it was necessary. And so we close this out. It's very, very likely to get Shun versus Lin next. Shishi versus Lin next. So the odds are still stacked against NP, but big surprise. And again, trying to push through this. Relentlessly trying to push this fight. Minutes of 2-on-2 fighting. Dreadlord wasn't powerful enough, not even close to 6. Despite the lack of the DK. Played him solo. But a 1-2-0 is no Infi. Infi made it work on this very map. Yes. Relying on an Orc army plus Dreadlord for such a long time. That just feels counterintuitive in 2-on-2. On this level, you're getting punished for it. Lots of mercs for Shishi as well, by the way. Thunder Lizard and Richo. And yeah. The final fight. One should think that Dryads lose to Berserkers, thanks to the armor type. But the Panda helped out tremendously. Kodo couldn't eat, really. In the south. Also, one would think that Shishi is smashing... that 1-0 is smashing Shun. But Shun, with the mass... 10 supply more, held on nicely. That impale was wonderful. No coil to save him here, but there everything was over. So many detonates as well. And then came the hero kills, and there everything was collapsing onto the ELL army. Down to 70 supply and GG. NP takes 2 2-on-2s. ELL takes 2 1-on-1s. 1-on-1 to decide this. It's probably gonna be Lin versus Joshishi, but on what map will it be? We go into another little break and then it's time to conclude Clan War number 2 here in WGTL. We go into map number 5. It is Lin versus Joshishi. The reigning world champion, the next champion, probably the best 1-on-1 player in the world versus the star player of NP. He carried the 2s. Is he able to win his game as well? So much pressure on Joshishi. On paper, Lin is the big favorite. We are on Terrana's stand. That's quite some big points. ELL could lose their clean sheet right here. At the moment, they're 4-0. This is already their worst clan war. They never lost 2 matches. It was either 3-0 or 3-1. And now the ace match. Team captain June Park in the bottom right in the blue. Joshishi for the Night Elves. What's the plan? Shishi, what a team player. Remember Nostalgia Battlefield? The one tournament where Grubby was in? Grubby and Shishi and WFZ were a team. And Shishi's Warden against Chimiko saved him the final. It's a Keeper of the Grove. Terrana Stand, a very good org map historically. It was a Blade Master, right? We have seen Lin here with Shadowhunter first, but yeah, it's a Blade Master. And Shishi with an Ancient of War towards the Expo. So this is not the safe merchant creep. It's not the aggressive mercenary camp creep. This could be straight up expansion. I like that he plays something very different. Lin will not expect this. He's not scouting. He has no idea what's up. He contests the middle pretty much right away, I guess, or runs over. But if he runs over, he will see an empty mercenary camp. Lots of repair needed. Expanding like right on the dot. Doesn't have the resource yet. But moves away from the tree. This is of course a very weak Night Elf army for a long time. Lin gets the first gloves. Gets the second item here as well. But can he punish this? When Focus played against it, he just parked the Blade Master at the Entangled Gold Mine. That took the Blade Master out of his game, out of his army, out of his fights. But there was no additional mining for his opponent for like 5 minutes. Okay, he sees it now. He knows what's up. Entangle on the grunt. That's really risky. Does the Blade Master... Oh my god. 2 gloves of haste and claws. That should be the expo kill. Lin is losing a grunt early, but if he cancels that Tree of Life, which he does, it's a good trade. Oh, cancels the Wisp as well. Oh, Lin, that was good. That was real good. He has another one here. But that's some losses already. T2 tech instead. So Expo and tech at the very same time. And Shishi is stuck on archers so far. Lin should be teching as well rather fast. And now he has to protect this with archers against this Blade Master with the circlet now as well. Cool by Lin to steal more experience from the Keeper's side of the map. We'll find him with an entangle. Oh, Windwalk though. Maybe it was too much HP. And that's Shishi's plan. Again, overwhelmed with mass, giving the entire map to Lin. The Korean can do whatever he wants. Tier 2 Shadowhunter, Lodge, the normal stuff. Level 3 Keeper is mandatory for this. And the tech is far behind. The expo is far behind. Whew, I thought for a second he denied it. But nope. No creep for the Shadow Hunter. Is he going Expo immediately? Usually the mercenary camp is for the Shadow Hunter. Got a Berserker now. Can kinda put some good pressure on him. I don't know. Safe creeping by Lin. He doesn't want to overcommit. He's using the Blade Master for that. No second engine of war from what I can tell. Shishi only had 30 supply. And that's the Blade Master play on this map against this strategy. That's exactly what. Blade Master at the Entangled Gold Mine with his inventory, easy to cancel. This Blade Master's putting in so much work. And with that greater healing, he can stay in Shishi's side of the base forever. So keep trying to single out, Shaman. I guess that's the play. To prevent Purge. To keep the Treants in. Oh, Entangle on the Berserker, not on the Shaman. That's an easy dispel then. Needs another one. But that at least forces the Blade Master away from the Entangled Gold Mine. And he can finally start mining. But Lin is preparing a counter expansion, that's pretty obvious. I mean, the Keeper hung around. There's no hunts yet, as far as I saw this. So just archers. Is he playing this triple orb thing? No, it's just normal Keeper Alchemist. But after a long battle, he finally gets the Berserker trying to heal it, but no Entangle anymore. Could use the potion for it. Stabs out. Crit! Not getting it. Alright, second engine of war. Is there a Hunter Sword? We haven't seen a single one yet. Ah, there it is. Okay. So, very, very late Huntress transition, but Shishi's game is picking up the pace. Blade Master can't really cancel the Entangled anymore. Just has to make sure that he's not supply stuck and that he gets his overwhelming 70 supply mass. Shishi, by the way, was in a decider match so far. Mirror image, dodging out of that Entangle. That was against Todd on this very map, and Todd won it. Yeah, it's a 1-1-1 build by Lin. It's not the most efficient Blade Master, I feel, especially not with his inventory. Exploit 50%. Will Shishi have the force to break this? Hunter's upgrades. Shop. Shishi does a lot better than I thought he would. Devotion Aura is really nice. Level 2 Alchemist is really nice. But Lin seems to be in fighting shape already with a couple of Shaman. I don't know. This expansion cost a lot. And I'm not sure he's competitive yet. Speed Scroll trying to get out. Lures him into a Snake Pit. But that Snake Pit, it's only one. With Purges he takes out a couple of units. And that of course diminishes the forces that Shishi needs to break this expansion. It's a pretty good timing, I'd say. Low mana. And he used the potion already. Expo still in the works. It's not finished yet. It's still not finished. He's losing a lot of units though. Down to 47. Never forgets to do this. He's fully committed to this. Oh, Lin, if you're losing this base, it's gonna be horrible for you. 2 hunts about to fall. He breaks it. Okay, heavy, heavy, heavy losses for Zhou Shishi. But 1,000 gold, 2 production buildings. That's kind of fine. That bought him so much time. Levels are becoming an issue. Close to 4, 3.5. Serpent Ward's level 2. No level 3 Alchemist yet. But if Shishi can continue to play this 2 base, 1 base, it's okay. 15 supply lead. With mercenary camp access and 2 production buildings and the second base, Shishi can take these trades, but he has no TP anymore. And Lin is pushing. Ooh, that was a misplay. Lag. Sorry. Photoshop, PowerPoint. Stream right here. Okay, Lin, that was a good call. Shishi a little too ambitious, a little too greedy. Towers before Expo, big investment by Lin. But he already kills the 1 engine of war. That's big. Wisps are ready for the detonate. Can he reach the shaman? Not yet. Oh man, this is a very decisive fight. Shishi has to hold. It's not the greatest supply lead anymore. Mana for the Blade Master is super low, but the Shadow Hunter still has a lot of healing and a lot of snakes. Little unfortunate timing for the stream to crap out, but alright. More and more wisps. Oh, this denies mining, but if this detonate lands, he's completely out of mana. Aiming for a surround, kind of. Oh my, that was like 6 wisps or so. But Shishi holds again. Loses 10 supply. Lin almost lost anything and got the expo up. And that's level 4-4. Not having level 3 alchemist, that's the problem. And at the moment, Shishi's not mining from 2 bases. He needs to rebuild all the wisps. Okay. Lin is playing this nice. Yeah, if the stream freezes and you hear me talking, that's our clean feed. Let me contact the admins. Is it getting better? I hope it is. Shishi's preparing another attack. But hard to break this now. Really hard to break. Wand of the Wind against the Shadow Hunter can be nice. And level 3 Alchemist. Shishi again without a TP. Why is he playing this so greedy? No dispel against his illusions. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. It's also mostly archers. He got him! He got him in a deathlock. And this alchemist, oh boy, is there staff even? I don't know, there's no staff. This alchemist heals himself with the heal wave. Blade Master's doing whatever he wants. And Shishi's army is just getting wrecked in this fight. Still quite equal supply, but that's not what you want. All the archers die in mere seconds. I think this is the end of all hope for NP. One misplay, not going for the town portals, broke Shishi's game. Lin playing really well. Level 5. Wand of the Wind on an illusion. That tells you a lot. No TP. GG. Shishi again not winning the decider. The second time. That NP made it into map number 5 the second time they fail in the end. Once again, a flawless record for ELL. 5-0. They remain on the top of the bracket. No one can beat them in the full-out best-of-5 clan war. And NP, they're gathering points, they're gathering respect. And they prove again that they're very good in 2-on-2. But you need at least one one-on-one to win a clan war. And that's them being 1-3. And that is good for you, Matt. F4, NP, Rise Again. These 4 are fighting for the 4th spot to the playoffs. And NP was already defeated by UMAT. UMAT has then faced LP and Rogue. Lost both clan wars, but now they could be on par again. That's our next clan war coming up. It is F4 versus UMAT. But yeah, to sum up this clan war, 2 and 2s go to NP. LawLiet winning his match. 1-2-0 winning his match against Fast. Maybe a little closer than it should have been. All the solos, though, decent performances by NP, for sure. Way better than expected. Even Fast was, to a degree, competitive to 1-2-0. This is not something that one would expect here. So the tier 2 and tier 3 players step up their game quite a bit. But yeah, for them, that was... At the end of the season, they will look back at this and think, oh man, Shishi, if you cause an upset here, it would have been brutal. But okay. ELL 5-0, Rogue Warriors 4-1, LP Club 2-1. Those are the top 3 that are always the favorite in any clan war. Next up, F4 versus UMAT for the 2-2 score. Whoever wins this next clan war is top 4 and has a good shot for the playoffs. I really hope the ping is good for UMAT. They have taught Cash, Sonic, and Maru, playing, of course, from Europe, versus F4 from Korea, Sok, Chimiko, Soin, and Czech. F4 has been very disappointing so far, losing 0-3 to ELL, losing 2-3 to Rise Again, giving Rise Again their first victory, and a 3-2 win only over YR, who is at the very bottom of the table. Thank you, Darkwing Duck, for the Twitch Prime sub. And yeah, that's the second out of 3 clan wars for today. We're getting ready for F4 versus UMAT. Get your Western flags out. Start rooting for our team. Little break here, and then we're back with WGTL.